You're listening to WLFE Digital Broadcast Radio in Ontario, New York. Real Talk with Dom. It's a new spin on Variety. Dom's created a show that puts his guests in the spotlight. Whether you're a musician, a poet, wrestler, or merch creator, he gives you the opportunity to promote you. Real Talk with Dom is a real no-nonsense show. Don is down-to-earth, critically truthful, and real as it gets. So if you're looking for a standalone, think-outside-the-box kind of a show, then Real Talk with Dom is a show for you. Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
What's happening, my friends? It is a Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Genevieve.
Hello.
We are here. We are now. How are you doing today, my friend, sister?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm here. All right, so slight change of plans tonight. We were supposed to have the Save a Fox Corporation. They had to postpone on us. They canceled out because of some personal issues. We'll get back to them another day. However, though, tonight we have our good buddy from Tom's World, Tom Nally. We're going to be talking about the park at Sorobia in Philly. We've been talking about it for a while now. He's a GoFundMe to actually get this park up and running. And Genevieve, you've seen some of the videos and what he's doing. What do you think about this?
Oh, it's so cool. And I always go back to that chessboard, the human chessboard, which I think that we might be able to see that tonight. I hope. Just the whole garden is just magnificent. And I love that he's committed to doing this and that it's his happy place.
Tom's in the background going like this. Check out comments. All right, anyway, let's bring without further ado, let's bring Tom in. And before we go into Tom, let's go through some of the comments and say hi to everyone.
Wait, why are you going into Tom? I have to
What's
question
happening,
that.
Tom? All right, we have our good buddy here, Stormbringer. He says, "Hello, fellow Psycho Bunny. What's happening, Stormbringer?" We have Otis. What's happening, brother?
Hey, Otis.
A little bit. What's going on? I see you there. Calvin, what's happening, brother? What's going on?
Calvin.
Jennifer. There's Jay-Z right there.
Jay-Z in the house.
What's happening? Oh, by the way, Tom, this is live. She took your advice today. Jennifer, you're going to kill me now. She went and got an x-ray.
Damn.
Live.
I hope everything turned out good.
Well, I think it did. So
that's good.
Anyway, Tom, I'm going to put your banner up real quick with you have a YouTube page.
I do.
This is Tom's World. We're going to throw that up there. This is how to find you. All right. So we plug each other a lot as far as like what we all do together and stuff like that. Explain Tom's World and what you do.
All right. So Tom's World was created a little over a year ago. I think my first videos were in February of 2020. And the basic idea was that I was already going for walks in woods and stuff like that a lot. And I was taking pictures, and how dare you? What?
There's my mom.
That you told me?
Yeah.
All right. So, so I decided after doing a couple of videos and putting them up on Facebook, and people were commenting on it a lot, and they, saying how pretty everything was. And I thought, I got a lot of time on my hands right now, the whole pandemic and everything. Thank you a little bit. And I decided I'll make a YouTube channel. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. But when I got my first 30 subscribers after after about a month and a half, I was like ecstatic. I'm like, oh my God, look, I'm a big deal now. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm almost at 600 subscribers. That's awesome. And in my travels, I found my way to Neshaminy State Park. And I came across this garden that is all that's left of a privately owned portion of that property. And the garden itself is over 100 years old at this point. And as soon as I walked in there, I knew I had to do something about it. Like I don't know, it had like a storybook feeling to it. And I talked with the people that run the park, and they gave me the go ahead. They said, as long as you become a volunteer, you could do whatever you need to do to that, because I knew there was I did some research. There was a bunch of brick paths that were supposed to be there that you couldn't see. So we would have to dig out the weeds and the grass and the dirt and all that. And Mama Nally probably won't be here because she's not, she doesn't get notifications for WLFE or Dom, Real Talk with Dom for some reason.
What's up, Queen's Eye?
But so I started to do this after the first day of trying to dig out where the chessboard is, the human chessboard, which is just made up of squares of brick and grass. I was in the far corner, and I didn't get really far that day because I spent a lot of time talking to the maintenance man and some other people that were around. And the second day, I went back, and some of the squares were already dug out, and I was like blown away. I'm like, wait, did the maintenance guy do it? It had to be the maintenance guy. And then I asked him, he said, no, we didn't do anything. I went, okay. So then they became my mystery helpers.
Nice.
And I eventually found out who they were, even though they didn't want to be known. But I said, well, listen, you got to let them know, because they were the staff were talking to them. I said, you got to let them know they have to be a volunteer in order to do work here. And if they're going to be a volunteer, I was told I was the head or like the lead volunteer. So I have to meet them. I said, I won't put them in any of the videos. Don't worry. I won't even mention their names. So before I knew it, there was like 6 other volunteers. And what are we laughing at? Oh, okay.
A little bit.
That's right.
And you totally didn't. You were just being a little bit. I'm sorry that happened to you.
No.
That's bullshit that happened to you.
Yeah,
so.
it was. That's all right. This too shall pass. So anyway, within the matter of like 2.5 months of us all working, we pretty much had dug up every known brick path that there was. The chessboard was all dug up. And by, I think it was late October, early November, we had a local landscaper. He donated some sod for the chessboard. And we all worked together that day. We put it in, and it's looked awesome ever since. And
did you know that there was a chessboard there, or did you happen to like find? So you knew like that that was already there, and you started digging it up.
Yeah, I didn't know exactly where it was when I first started looking for it, before I got the permission to go ahead and start doing things. So I did like multiple videos there, one of which I spent the entire time looking for where this chessboard could have been. And I'm walking right over it, and I'm like, I don't see it. I should be seeing like a little squares. Well, I knew from the pictures, like the bricks that are laid on the path, they're laid like flat, like that. And I knew from the pictures that I saw the chessboard that those bricks were laid sideways. So I was looking for sideways bricks. And I had given up thinking that it was in the garden. I thought maybe it's just another location on the property or something. And then I went there with Maureen, and I was showing her the place. And we were standing right where the chessboard is. And I happened to look down, and I went, there's sideways bricks right here. I start kicking the dirt around and everything. I was like, this is the fun. This is the chessboard. I almost cursed. I'm sorry.
I did.
So then, did you dig it up by? You had to do it by hand, right?
With shovels and stuff, but we were just very ginger with how we use the shovels. Like I talked to them all. I said, make sure you go down gently until you feel the brick, and then level it out and go across. And that's how we had to do all the paths too, because these bricks, like I said, they're over 100 years old.
Yeah.
And I think there's plans to power wash them, but like on a low setting, just to try to clean them off a little more. But when I found the chessboard that day, Maureen just looks at me. She's like, "You're a dork." I'm like, "No, this is freaking awesome! Like I've been looking all over." And then when we started uncovering it, like the more squares we uncovered, I was getting more and more excited. And when that guy donated the sod, like after everybody left, I went back there and I stood there and looked at it just all by myself that day for like half hour. No lie, just going, wow, look at what I did. I did something cool. Well,
hey,
we
Tom,
did something cool.
I believe your microphone might be rubbing up against your jacket. I'm getting a lot of
It
static.
probably is. It's probably the.
He's new here. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
No, well, and look, I'm not used to using the microphone on my earbuds anymore. I don't have the computer I normally have because I have my son here, and it's his computer, and it's super cool. It's powerful as hell. But right now he's on it and he's talking to his girlfriend, and they may or may not be watching because I told them how to find it on YouTube. So I don't know. Doesn't sound like they're watching.
You see this from Chanel right here?
Next time, use
it's on the screen.
Poll. And yeah, I know, but my phone.
Oh,
okay.
I got you.
So in order to do this setup, which normally I have this big, huge monitor in front of me, and I don't have anything that I could put my phone on. There was this old play school castle that my son used to play with as a kid. I dug it out of my closet. No lie. Look, I'm sitting it on top of a little castle because it's got these little notches in it that I could just set it there and not have to hold the phone.
Kind of a cool
So-
setup.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It
It
is.
normally is. You know, I got this big computer that lights up, a keyboard that lights up, a mouse that lights up, and I look like a damn gamer.
I like the
Your
cat.
microphone's rubbing again.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway,
There you go.
yeah, well, I just have to hold it, I guess.
Chanel said next time use a ski pole to poke for bricks.
Yeah, it's too late now. We found them all because after we found all the known paths, and by that I mean the local historical society, they had a map of the entire garden, like showing all the
Oh,
paths,
that's awesome.
what flowers were there originally, bushes, shrubs, all that stuff. And I started digging around one time on my own, and I happened across a path that was not documented at all. I found actually, I think 4 of them. And I dug them completely up too. So I was happy when I found them because I was a little depressed that like the digging was done. It's like, man, we got them all now. Well, what am I going to do?
have
And I
a lot
found
of
that and I was like,
things.
Sykes, what's up?
You can dig
What's
holes in my
happening?
yard because I don't like doing it.
oh, well, there you go. We could do that. We'll bring all the volunteers over there.
So what's the absolute backstory of this place? The history behind it. What you know?
So back in the 19 teens sometime, sorry if you can hear that laughing. That's my son in the other room talking to his girlfriend. This couple got married, Robert and Sarah Logan, and her parents lived here. His parents lived out in California. Her parents, as a wedding gift, bought them a plot of land, which is part of Neshaminy State Park now. And thanks, Otis.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be like their summer home. Like they would live out in California during the winter and everything. In the summer, they would come here. Then they started building on it and buying more land around the area. And the guy, Robert, decided to make a garden for his daughter. And it was in an Alice in Wonderland fashion. So there's the Humpty Dumpty on the wall, which Humpty Dumpty was mentioned in the original Alice in Wonderland book. There's the chessboard, the human chessboard, which they also had in the original Alice in Wonderland. There's the 3 playing cards on the ground with planters in them that are made to look like spades. Those are the 3 cards that she met when she went to the Queen's Castle that were painting the white roses red. There was all kinds of statues and stuff in there that are no longer there. They've been stolen or destroyed over the years. He decided that was going to be like their main residence. And as time went on, of course, they had many, many, many parties there. They knew a lot of famous people, actors and singers of all kinds, musicians and stuff. And they started to travel around the world, and they went over into India somewhere, and they started adopting this way of life, not a religion per se, but it did change their lives. Like they actually became vegetarians, or more so than vegetarians, which at that time you didn't really hear of people being vegetarians. Everybody ate meat, but they decided that they were not going to eat meat. They were not going to use anything that came from an animal, no wool, no
They
leather,
were
no
vegan.
nothing.
They're like,
Yeah, even like a super vegan, because
yeah.
they won't even wear things of it. So they would have to wear like synthetics and stuff like
Yep.
that. And incidentally, the guy that lived down the road from them was the guy that first invented plastic leather, the pleather. So they had shoes made out of that and stuff like that. So, and then they got very eccentric. Their daughter got married. She moved out to California with this guy that was like more than twice her age. And they started allowing different artists and stuff to live on the property. They would make their own house. They had like 13 little houses that they all lived in. And he said meat. And the daughter had eventually come back at one point, and only because they finally convinced her to divorce her husband, because he always kept her in the house away from everybody and it was making her go crazy. and they had her divorce him. She came back, and then her mom passed away, and she lost her mind even more. They caught her on the roof of the mansion quite a few times, ready to jump off. The huge maintenance guy they had at the time would run out like from the window, grab her, bring her in. They put bars on her window so she couldn't do that anymore, but she just got to be too much to handle for the older guy, Robert. So they shipped her off to Friends Hospital, where she somehow found her way down into the basement one night with a sheet and hung herself. Mm. Meanwhile, this guy still continued having his artists there. He had a rather famous artist that lived there full time. He had his own tower that was 4 stories tall that he lived in the winter. And in the summer, he made an underground mansion, basically, which I know Genevieve. I know the location of how to get into it somewhat, but it's mostly buried. Maybe someday we'll make it in there to check it out. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm a little afraid to go down there because it's so old it might collapse, and I don't want to be stuck down there.
So are any of the buildings still there?
One. This little tiny house on the outside of the garden that was mostly a pump house. Mm-hmm. And I happen to be lucky enough to have access to that. And it's got some really old stuff in it. It's cool. And it has a basement that you have to get to from the outside. There's no way from the inside to get down there. They got those like storm doors that open. And I was down there once, really big drums, like oil drums or something. And no, just one, man. I know, right? I had to work it in. Now I lost where I was. Oh yeah, so there's like these big oil, not drums. They're huge. I don't know how to explain what they are. They're big, dark colored cylinder shaped things, and there was all kinds of pumps down there that had like the floaters in it, like you do in your toilet, say that little thing that floats. But it wasn't the main pump house from what I understand. That was just like something that came from the main pump house to keep the water pressure going when they got to the garden, because they had sprinklers all over the place. Eventually, Robert passed away, preceded by the famous artist I started saying. His name was Blossom Farley, Richard Blossom Farley. He stuttered. He studied under Whistler, the guy that made Whistler's Mother. So he was a famous artist. As far as a painter, he was a coin collector. He was the head of the coin collectors. I don't know what it's called, the association here in Philadelphia. And side story about him that's kind of interesting is when he passed away, the maintenance man or groundskeeper at the time, his wife used to clean all the houses and everything, and she was cleaning out that house. And she wanted to take the drawers out of the dresser, and she couldn't get them out because they were just so heavy. So she asked her son to come in and help her. When they took the drawers off, they realized that the bottom of every drawer, glued to the bottom, was covered in golden double eagle coins.
Oh, wow.
I mean, nowadays, what was there would have been millions.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they think that there might have been coins that he had in the underground too, but like a lot of kids got to the underground before they made it a state park back in the 60s, 70s. So they're probably all gone. And there was a fire down there too.
About that. Keep your mind where it's at. Have you ever brought a metal detector through the garden?
I have. My uncle let me borrow his. It's a very low key metal detector. It's not like badass or anything like that. But the only things I was finding in there were like cans, pull tabs, caps. I did find a couple of metal pieces of the fence that way because it used to have a wrought iron fence that went around the whole thing, which I do have a couple pieces of that, whole pieces, inside that little house. Okay. And it's really neat, but they won't ever let us put a wrought iron fence back up there again. It's just got this wooden fence that just has like 2 planks, and they're just held up by posts every so often.
All right. All right. I just thought I'd ask. Anyway, you could hit the story. Go ahead, Genevieve. Go ahead.
Do you think it's haunted at all?
I don't know. I can tell you. I mean, I don't have to finish the other story because I was mostly finished it. But as far as that goes, I have been there by myself a lot because, as I've mentioned multiple times, this is my happy place. This is my place where I go to center myself. And sometimes it's not that easy to do if it's like a nice day out, because a lot of people are walking around in that park and they do come through the garden. And occasionally somebody will go, "Are you Tom?" I go, "Yeah." "Oh, we've been watching your videos. It's great." I haven't done that yet, but I have been asked to take a picture a couple times with people.
That's
So
cool.
there's pictures of me floating around out there in internet land that I don't know about.
Well, do you
Well, I mean,
remember
I
that
know about.
incident? Do you remember that incident? And when you were just doing a walkthrough, you were live on Facebook. Genevieve, this is actually spider webbing to you. He was on a live feed, and I heard it too. Like he was like, "Someone just call my name," and like you were the
I'm
only one
walking
there.
away
It
and
was
I
like-
heard Tom. I'm like,
It was like Tom, and I heard it live, and I'm like, "Yeah, I heard it," and he was like the only one there.
"Yep."
So I asked him the same shit that I'm like, "Is it haunted?"
It's happened before too when I was there by myself. It had been raining that day, not hard, but like enough that I needed an umbrella, and nobody was in the park. So thank you, Otis. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it, man. Was I? Oh yeah. So it was raining. I had the umbrella. Nobody else was in the park, and I was standing off in the back of the garden. There's like this little raised brick thing where there used to be a bench on there, which part of the bench is also inside that little house. And I just was listening, and I could swear I heard voices that sounded like they were really far away, but there was no cars in the parking lot, and I kept looking around. I didn't see anybody. So I said, all right, it's worth a shot. You know, I mean, I'm on the fence as far as believing about communication with people who
Ted?
passed away.
Teddy.
What's up, Ted? And so I called out. I said, who is there? I can hear your voices. And I feel comfortable doing this because nobody's around to hear me to say, "Is that crazy guy talking to himself?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I can hear you, but I can't. If you could come closer, maybe I could hear you better." And it did get a little bit louder, but it sounded like they were standing just at the entrance of the garden, like off to the side, because there was an entrance on every side. And it sounded like a man. And it sounded like he was yelling, but I couldn't hear him. Like not yelling, but like talking loudly. And I could swear I heard a woman's voice as well. And I kept saying, "Well, I if that's you, Robert and Sarah, I appreciate you trying to reach out. I couldn't hear what you were saying. Maybe you could try to focus your energy, come through stronger next time." And as I was walking away that day, I actually heard it behind me in the garden. Nobody was there. But it still sounded like they were too far away to hear. Like it was just a voice, not.
Well, when
Enunciation.
Genevieve brings the haunted happy hour there, because we're gonna come there and we want to play chess, but I want to go there anyway to help out there. Maybe we'll do like a small investigation there, Genevieve.
Oh, that
We
was
can.
so fun.
If you don't mind doing it during the day, because you're not allowed in there at night because it's a
No,
state
and
park.
I think it's good to do it during the day.
I think so
that-
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, it doesn't. They don't have to like. They
Spirits don't have a
money.
time.
Yeah.
Right. And the only other thing is you want to make sure it's going to be on a day where it's like not a really nice day and everybody's there picnicking, because it gets very loud there. Like even in the garden, you can hear the kids in the pool and the announcement come over the loudspeaker
Can't
at the
just tell
pool.
everybody, "Shut up! We're ghost
Absolutely.
hunting."
Right. We're trying to ghost hunt here, man.
Shut
Yeah,
up,
Otis, you're
we're
not too
ghost
far.
hunting."
That'd be great. All of us get together for sure.
That would be
Yeah,
so
that would
much
be
fun.
awesome. I would love to
Bob,
see everybody
how
there.
are you doing? How are you doing, my friend?
What's up, Bob? What about Bob?
I got another thing here too. All right, so when you volunteer, all right, so you guys only specific plants and anything is allowed in that place, right? You just can't
Yeah.
bring random things in.
No, they have to be native to the area and they have to be non-invasive
Yeah, that's
because they don't want them taken over. So that kind of limits what I can put in there. But there are companies locally that specialize in native plants, and I've reached out to quite a few of them. I think sometime this week I'm going to be going to one called it's got Bowman in the name of it, so I know that it's over near Bowman's Tower, which is near Washington Crossing.
Right.
What we have to do is we have to make a list of every plant we intend on planting in there, run that by the office, and then before we could start planting, we have to bring the maintenance guy into the garden and show him exactly where we're planting everything. Which you know, I really feel like as long as they're native and they're non-invasive and we're not interfering with the grass where they come in with the riding mower, who cares where we put what? We're
Well,
not
they
going
might
to,
want to know. They might want to know so that they don't pull them out.
well, yeah.
Right. My
But
mom wants
we
to know.
pretty much have mulch everywhere where we're going to be planting. Everywhere you see
Yeah.
mulch now, that's where we're planting.
My mom wants to know this one.
If
Succulents?
succulents are native, then yeah, well, native and non-invasive.
I don't think they're native up there, right?
I
There's
I think
There's some like sedums are.
I think every area has its own.
I thought they were
Some
more
succulents.
tropical and more out west style, even though that's completely two different worlds. I never really knew the
Depends.
succulent up north.
And what's really weird is in the middle centerpiece, there's hostas that grow in there. And now hostas, as far as I know, they come from like Hawaii or something, or
Yeah.
that area. So they've been growing there since the 80s. But hostas are very hardy. Like, I mean,
They are.
my next door neighbor has 2 hostas at the end. Like he's got a cement porch, and then there's a little cement path, and on either side of the beginning of the path, there's hostas growing there from the last lady that lived there. He has mowed them down every year, and then they come back thicker, better looking. It's crazy. But yeah, there is also a video that we can see some of the garden. That I'm going to have them play. It's only 4.5 minutes, which is a lot shorter than my videos usually are. My videos can run anywhere from 20 minutes to 40 minutes long. But
what-
people seem to
what
like
time?
them.
What time is Tom's World on, and what day can we find you, and where can we find you so people can
Well,
check out your videos?
The live show of Tom's World is on Psycho Bunny Death Cult, Psycho Bunny DC, Psychomanthium 13, Roots Bleed Red, PBDC TV,
Wow.
on Facebook, and some of them are on YouTube as well. It's 11 o'clock Eastern time, PM. And yeah. But other than that, you can go to my YouTube channel and see
Which is
all my videos whenever you
Yeah.
want. So
Which is one that-
youtube.com/This Is Tom's World.
And please take some time out to subscribe to Tom's World.
That's right. Subscribe.
second.
Smash that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you're notified every time I upload new videos.
And I say that with pride because I know how much you're doing over there. And how
Professional
much,
YouTuber.
you literally take a lot of effort to make this place, and this is like your happy place. You go there to like relax, get away from the world. So I think it's important for people to subscribe to this channel and share it to people and just show the park off and just show what you do.
And I do other videos too. I've gone to all kinds of wooded areas and stuff, and it's weeded, no pun intended, it's weeded into all the videos of the garden and before it. So you can check them out. You know, just don't look at the early videos because I sucked then.
At least I didn't
doing-
skip your comment, Frank.
You've only been doing that for a year. A little
The
over a
YouTube,
year?
yeah, I started February of 2020.
Wow.
And for a while, I was doing, like, especially when I started with the garden, I was doing like sometimes 3 videos in a week.
Wow.
Now, now with everything I have and we have going on, I'm tending to do it like once every other week, and I really got to try to change that. But it's hard right now because like
Planting.
going in the woods right now with it being like the ticks are bad right now.
Yeah.
Can't.
Dude, my mom's got a comment on there for you, Tom, or actually telling people to subscribe, and if you can, donate for a good cause.
Right.
And speaking of the donation, the banner here that I'll put up is the GoFundMe for the park itself. So that's going across the bottom there. Tell everyone about that and what it actually goes for when they put even $1 or $2 in it.
So this fundraiser is which you can find this link also in any one of my videos in the description. I put it in every one of them since I've made it, which has been a while. This money is going towards the park so that we can buy the plants that we need to put in, so that we can buy the equipment that we need to maintain these things, because the park, they have zero money when it comes to things like for stuff
now.
like this. So we have to be the ones to maintain the plants. And we're going to need various types of equipment to do that. And then we're going to be doing this in stages too. Like this first stage, we're just, like I said, we're going to be planting it everywhere that we have mulch right now, plus the old cold frame, which is now pretty much a raised bed garden. And that's it. But eventually I would like to get some hedges in there to make it look more like it used to. There used to be hedges that went around the entire perimeter of it. There was hedges that went and sectioned out the chessboard and sectioned out the area where the cards are in the ground. I'd like to do all that, but I have to make sure I leave space for the riding mower to get through.
Do you know what they were?
Well, I could find out. I do have a lot of stuff saved on my my laptop downstairs, which I won't use to do the StreamYard because it sucks. But it's like my son just laughed at what I said, but I know there's no way. There's like a 5-minute delay or something. Anyway, there in the information I have, it does have the whole schematic of the garden and what was planted where. So I can find out what they are, but chances are I won't be able to use them because they're not going to be native. Most of what they used was not native. So it sucks, but we'll make it look good again. We already have. I mean, it's a beautiful place.
What's up, Liz?
But it's going to be even more so. What's up, Liz? Allow your pictures.
Allow my pictures. I will post. Oh, I don't know. Emojis.
A shitload of emojis.
A shitload.
But what time is it? 10:30. You want to play the video now?
Yeah, let's do the video real quick so we can talk about it.
Right,
People
you're gonna test my skills here.
Yeah.
Test
Right,
your
we'll
might.
see.
Make sure you remember to click the lower left box that says share audio.
Emojis work. I didn't know emojis work on here.
So yeah, the emojis do. The GIFs won't.
That's actually something that Tom and I use as our thumbs up and our personal. Love it.
Let's see.
Genevieve,
All right.
the stage is yours.
I'm trying.
That's all right. I know it takes time.
So while she's finding that, what's going on next, Tom? With the what do you got? More videos coming up this week?
Yeah, it's not going to be in the garden, I don't think, because I'm not really going to have anything new for there. But I have to figure out somewhere to go. I got to have somewhere new, because last week, because I didn't put up a new video on my Tom's World Live, I just went out and hastily made a video of driving around my area of Philly and showing everybody.
It was
That
cool.
was fun though.
I thought it was
Yeah.
fun. Those purple trees, man, were the shit.
Oh yeah, and they're all over. There's purple
Yeah,
ones,
they're
pink
probably
ones, white
killing me.
ones.
Yeah.
Right now.
Genevieve,
What's that?
you got your video
I
up.
got
I
it.
see it.
You ready?
I see it right here. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right.
Just there we go.
And welcome back to Tom's World. Just wanted to put a quick message out there just to let everybody know that the fundraiser is still up and running. We still need your help. Anything you can give would be appreciated. And if you can't give anything, please share out the link. You will find the link for the GoFundMe fundraiser down in the description of this video.
And
Right
there.
now, I am just walking around in the garden, and I also wanted to put out another message as well. So as you can see, like I said, I am here in the garden. And the other message I wanted to put out is that we are pretty much at crunch time now, where we are going to have to start planting and seeding everything that we intend on doing.
I want seeds.
Which
I want
is
plants.
obviously the big picture is bringing back the garden itself. So as the warmer weather is hitting, I am doing my best to look for local places that sell native plants. And this is the message I have for you all. If anybody who is watching this that is local to the Bensalem area, who knows of a nursery or some place that has native plants that are non-invasive, those are the two important factors, because we're not allowed to have anything else, but that are showy type flowers and stuff like that. But if anybody knows a place locally that I can get to,
That's the
start
centerpiece
purchasing
right there.
these plants and seeds, please
Where
let me
the
know.
hostas
Plants are actually something that I really, really want, because, well, I mean, they give instant gratification. You don't have to wait for the seeds to germinate and grow and stuff like that. But we will also need help from anybody who happens to know what they're doing with gardening, as far as not just spacing of plants, but what does well where, to be here in the garden and see that, okay, this area gets more shade, this area gets more sun, like everything, anything that anyone can help with. Please contact me through my Facebook page, which you will also find in the description. So there is a Tom's World Facebook page. Go there, or just send me a message, and I will definitely get the messages. I usually do get all of my messages. Sometimes they get a little buried, but I always try to get back to everyone. So if anybody has any ideas, any locations that I can go to purchase these plants, or if you have knowledge of gardening that you could help us with, like say even over here in the cold frame, we're just going to be making
All these
Meadow Rose,
paths were
garden,
buried.
basically, and the various areas around here, like just anybody that has extensive knowledge that could help out, that could come here. In the
Chessboard
garden,
is
maybe
way in the
sketch out
corner there on the right.
and say, you know, you should put these native plants here and those native plants there. Again, they have to be non-invasive. So
There it is.
we have to take that into consideration. They don't want them taking over the whole place. So yeah, anyway, that's my message. And hopefully we will get some responses on this. I know that some of the volunteers do know what they're doing, but everybody has the limitations of their knowledge on this. So any help would be very appreciated. And once again, I want to say thank you to everybody that has given to the fundraiser. You have no idea how happy you have made me, the other volunteers, and how happy you are.
One of
going
the
to make
strings for my
everybody in
hoodies
the
is
community.
inside my.
I know a lot of people are looking forward to this, and as I said, we're getting close to crunch time, and I'm getting a little nervous. I won't lie, but hopefully we can pull this off and get enough plant life in here to where we can maybe have like a live fundraiser event where we can have people come out here, check out what we did or what we've done, I should say, and
Yep.
you know, take a tour of the place, and one of us volunteers can show you where everything was. We can take you on a tour. These are my plans for the future, but in order to get to that, we need to have something in here to draw people in to want to come in here, other than just the pure beauty of it as it is
I
now. And the
babble
history of it. I mean,
sometimes.
this place is awesome, as you all know, but it could be a lot more awesome. So yeah, I guess that's about it. So make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.
You have a video of the chessboard so people could see that?
Oh,
You're gonna challenge my
Um,
skills again.
okay. There's a video on there. I think it's called "The Chessboard is Complete," or it says it on the thumbnail. The chessboard is complete, or something like that.
Oh boy.
Was that Captain Crunch?
And no
Oh,
little
look
bit.
at
We're not
that.
going to be putting a statue of Dom up in the park.
I don't even see that. Where do you
It's
see
probably
that?
far up there. A lot of people commented since then.
Oh. Statue of Dom. I actually like the idea.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Of
do.
course you do.
No, this place is the shit. That's why, like, you know, I want to
Got to get those gutters in there.
Stop it.
I just said gutters.
I know. Genevieve, we were talking about
is it
bringing the whole
20
happy
minute?
hour to.
Is it like a 20-minute video revealing the
Um,
chessboard?
Do you see the chessboard behind me with the grass squares in it in that one?
No,
In the thumbnail for it? Or did you already click on it?
I did not click on it. It has like an arch.
Wow.
Don't pressure me.
No. I think I can do this on the tablet that I have here so I can see the comments.
Tim, what's happening, brother? What's going on, man?
Oh.
Last time we saw Tim was at Cindy's birthday. Yeah. Hope you've been well, my friend.
Sorry, I'm having typo problems. I'm not used to a tablet.
At least I hit the cough button.
But I can tell you exactly which one it is. And we don't have to watch the entire video, just like the first
Yeah,
little
I wanna
bit of
show
it.
them
A little bit.
I wish we could
I see
find
what
a-
you did there, man.
wish we had a picture of the Humpty Dumpty too to show people. This was so
Um,
last minute, but it is what it is.
Yeah. All right.
Well, if you want to see Humpty Dumpty, check out the YouTube of Tom, and then
Yeah,
Tom
he's in quite a few of the
Yeah.
videos.
And,
Yeah, it's called Neshaminy. Well, the video title itself, not what's on the thumbnail, it's called Neshaminy State Park. The chessboard is done, and on the thumbnail of it, you see the chessboard behind me. I'm wearing a black T-shirt, and it says the chessboard is complete.
what are you not wearing a black T-shirt?
Hey, in a lot of these videos, I was wearing my Beavis and Butthead shirt. Or not my Beavis and Butthead, my Cheech and Chong. Wow, way different than Beavis and Butthead.
And Q Otis.
So I'm trying to figure out how many rows down it is. So we got 1, 2, 3. It's like the 4th row down, the first video, and it should say the chessboard is complete in yellow font at the top.
There it is.
There
Nice.
you go.
Genevieve, the stage is yours.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Got an ad happening.
right.
I hate that they put ads on videos of people who aren't monetized now. That's really dumb.
Now, little bit, you have to do that. All the pictures you make, that has to be done. I'll make a Tom Humpty Dumpty picture for you guys. Absolutely.
Please do.
Humpty Tomty.
All right, you ready?
All right, Genevieve, you got it on here.
Ready.
We're ready.
Oh, you forgot to share audio.
Share audio, Genevieve.
Can I
You
do
can't
it?
do it after. You have to take it down. Like
I failed.
go. No,
Well-
I do it all the time. Don't worry.
I'm going home. I quit.
You are home.
No, she's not. She's in her chambers.
Yes, I'm in the.
That's where she lives.
Tom,
Now I
you
lost
could have
the
walked.
video.
You could have walked us through that. Actually, we didn't really need audio there.
Well, true, but I mean,
That's true.
you know,
Oh, I
then you
lost
can't.
it.
Then you can't hear what you lost it.
Hold on.
Farmer likes the one
Fourth-
Tom made.
4th
I know.
row, first. Ow! First video. Ow! My leg was sticking to the chair. Only because it's hot in here, and this is like a somewhat pleathery kind of chair.
See, what's funny is no one understands why we laugh and crazy jokes. and
Oh,
stuff.
some people do.
Hold on,
Cindy is
everyone.
here.
Hold on, everyone, quiet down for a second. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Genevieve,
Hi, Cindy.
what's happening?
Are we ready? I got it.
Yes.
Yes, we are. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Get in the garden and get this started.
There's like a little delay, but that's okay.
So as I
There was
mentioned,
Humpty.
we had a huge
Oh,
step
good
forward
job.
this past weekend in the garden as far as the restoration goes. We had received our first physical donation from Harry Downey at Downey Landscaping and Hardscaping, and I will put his contact information up a little bit later in the video.
Hardscaping.
But he stopped by and he dropped off an entire skid of sod. And now the chessboard is complete. So here we
This
are
cracks
before
me
the
up.
sod. And this is after the sod.
There it is. Look at that. Look how much fun that's going to
Obviously,
be.
that was 2 different days as there's no sun out today. But still, just look at this. I mean, how friggin' awesome is this? It looks
You have a
so,
pressure washer?
so good.
They're talking about doing that.
Even the day that we put it down, I couldn't help but just stand back once it was all in and just look at it and take it all in.
Did somebody weed between
All the
bricks?
work that went into digging
Yes.
this up and laying the sod. Man, it's so beautiful. It really is.
It's awesome. I think that's my favorite part.
Again, this is thanks to
Yeah.
Downey Landscaping.
you
and
can
Hardscaping.
stop it here. Like just get rid of the window, or there you go. So yeah, and that's the chessboard. And to answer your question, yes, somebody did weed the bricks. There was how they did it was with a blowtorch. That was the easiest way to get rid of them, so that we weren't going to mess up the bricks.
You can't use chemicals either, right?
No, even though technically the propane is a chemical, but it's done now. Nothing that can be done about it.
Well, they do have those chemicals now that are like organic that actually do kill the weeds.
Yeah, but they have to work. Like, see, the reason why, and it was explained to me after some time, that the reason why they don't want anything chemical there is that apparently at some point a kid wound up getting an allergic reaction to some chemical that was put down, and it was something stupid. I forget what kind of chemical. It was like something everyday people would be using in their yards or whatever. But a kid developed an allergic reaction and caused a problem with the state. because of it. So then they decided, no more chemicals allowed in there at all.
Well, do you have any kind of poisonous plants in there, poisonous animals like snakes and stuff up there? Like
There's snakes, but I don't think
Ivy.
there's anything poisonous. But there are snakes. I found a dead one next to that little pond one time, and there's poison ivy. I know because I got it multiple times last year.
All right.
Yeah,
And then there's that place that you guys have the water area, right? Isn't there like a
The
like
river?
a beach? The river.
Yeah, there's a water area there.
How far is that from all that shit that you do?
It would be about at least a
Like
10-minute walk.
Yeah, you're good, Genevieve.
At least about a 10-minute walk if you went straight down the trails. But there's also a creek that runs from the river that goes along the other side of the park, basically. On the other side of that garden, on the other side of that creek is an area called Croydon, which is part of Bucks County. So it's Ben Salem and then Croydon. And I pretty much grew up in Croydon. So I'm very familiar with the surrounding areas. I just never knew any of this stuff existed in there.
Yeah. Friggin' Frank, Liz, and Otis are killed. They're so friggin' funny in the comments. All right, so let me ask you this too. We're coming to the end. We only said we're going to do about an hour tonight, but
Yeah.
Why don't you guys plant like vegetables in there for people? Is it because like you could get sued and stuff like that?
No,
if they get sick.
The people that run that park, they also run the park that I was in my last video, Benjamin Rush Park, and they do have a community garden in there. Where people will plant vegetables and stuff, and they could just come and take vegetables as they need them, or they give them away to certain charities or whatever, or the less fortunate people. And it's pretty huge that when they get it going. But they've never said that we can't grow vegetables there, but I don't want to do that because it's not what was in there. I want to make it look more like what it was. And I wish I could put the statues back in there, but we're not allowed to have any new structures in there whatsoever.
That's funny.
That's right, man. We got the cheesesteak trees here, man. You're not supposed to know about that, though. You're not from here.
True.
But and you got to wait till they ripen too. You don't want to get them before they're ripe.
Ew.
So from an outsider, if they come across you and they talk about how would you explain why they need to donate to the garden, like what it really means to people, what the benefits will be for the park itself, like why should somebody donate?
Because one, it's re-beautifying a place that time and negligence have almost gotten rid of until we decided to dig it back up. And we're not the first ones to decide to dig up the paths. People have done it in the past. A guy I know, Jack Marr, who used to be part of the Historical Society, him and his daughter had gone there back in the late 80s and did the same thing. They just didn't get as far with it as we did because it was just two of them.
Wait, it was supposed to be Frank there.
Oh, thanks, Frank.
Oh, thanks, Frank.
Anyway, go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
I'll cough again.
I know, right? Sorry. Also, it helps the community. It helps to not just re-beautify the garden itself, but to make that park that much more of an attraction for people to come. And sorry, you know what was about to come out of my mouth.
Carry on.
Cindy knows too. For people to show up there and have their little events there and things like that, and when people have actual events there, of course I think depending on what they do, they may have to like rent tables or something like that from the park, and it benefits them. But it's also just bringing back part of the past, which we've as a people in this world, we seem to have tried to abolish things from the past lately in recent years, and this is something that was really beautiful at one time, and it meant a lot to the people who made it. And I can feel that when I'm there. Like I always, when I'm leaving there, I always thank them for allowing me to be part of their world, to allowing me
That's
or to
cool.
accept me as part of their family. I said, you are now my family, and I appreciate it, and I thank you. Like I say shit like stuff like that to them all the time.
What if you're like distantly related to them? Wouldn't that be cool?
It would, or if past lives are a thing,
Yeah.
maybe I was
That's
one of
what
the
I keep
people that lived
thinking.
there.
Every time you talk about it, that's what I keep thinking.
You know.
But
And then there's even a guy who saw fit to rewrite the history of the place and make now 3 different music videos fictitiously about the daughter Deborah, who committed suicide, saying that she made a deal with a witch and now her soul is stuck in the garden forever. And he was going around telling people, oh, you know, she's buried here somewhere. It's like, dude, you're taking the story too far now. So he eventually stopped doing it.
In there? Like, can they do music videos and movies and stuff like that? Do you have to get permits, or is it just like
no? You don't really have to ask for permission, but it's kind of like a respect thing to ask for the permission. But technically, by law, no. Anybody can film in there anything they want.
That's pretty cool.
But I imagine if you have like a whole production company, you probably need.
Yeah, then you have to get a permit or something.
Yeah.
But if it's just like what I'm doing, they're fine with that. They've never had a problem with me filming there. And as time went on, they have all come to really like me a lot. The receptionist there, a lot of people think she's a very stern person, and she can be. And when I first started going there, she was that way with me. But as time went on, like we now we joke around and everything when I go there. And she's an awesome person. That's just the way she comes off in the beginning. Like, oh wow. But she's awesome. Everybody there is. I've not had any problems with them. The only time they had a problem with us is when we put the sundial on the brick sundial on the left side, and we didn't run it by them. But they were fine with it once we had it on there. But it's not on there anymore because the guy used liquid nails to put it on and some kind of epoxy, and over the winter it came loose. So he just took it back home because he's the one. It was his. And we're going to figure out something with the maintenance guy to make it more permanent.
Now, Tom, you see that right there? I haven't seen Robert saying T-Roy. Now, I haven't seen T-Roy in the comments at all. So he's got to be in that section that I don't see comments. There's got to be a lot more comments somewhere.
Some destinations don't show comments.
Yeah. It said that when I came into the chat on my tablet, so I could see the chat. It said some destinations won't show, and I know what that destination is. That's your private profile that you're streaming to right now.
Well, what's up, T-Roy?
Well, if you're here, T-Roy, come into Real Talk with Dom so we can see your comments.
Yeah. That's where the party's at. Real Talk with Dom.
That's right.
Right, Liz, Otis, in 8 minutes or so, I could send you a link if you guys want to hang.
It was T-Roy.
T-Roy. All right, so Tom, we're coming to the closing of it. Give a wrap up of the park, where to find you, and what you got coming up next, brother.
All right. Well, the park. There's not much more I could say about it. I mean, it's my Valhalla. I can't pronounce that term. Anyway, it's my happy place. And
Nick, what's happening?
Mr. Late to the party. It's Pickle Nick. But it's an awesome place. You can go there, you can relax. Everybody that walks within the park, I've never had a problem with a single person. They're all super nice. Even during the times when people were socially distancing and stuff, everybody was still nice then. Like, you know, they kept their distance, but they'd say hi as they walk by or whatever. And I would have people coming up telling me how much they appreciated what I was doing while I was like doing the work at the time. So overall, it's a great place. Tom has a happy place. It's called Neshaminy State Park. So as far as where you can, we'll say what's coming up. What's coming up is, like I said, I have to go to the place, make a list of the plants, and then start that process so that we can get planting. I might, Liz, you don't know. You want to find out? No, I'm sorry. All right, now, so where is to find me? For the YouTube channel, you can find it at youtube.com/thisistomsworld, all one word, no punctuation. You can peruse my videos and check out all the places I've been so far. I have many, many more places to come. Sorry. You can also find me on Psycho Bunny Death Cult, Psychomantium 13, Psycho Bunny DC, Roots Bleed Red, PBDC TV on Facebook and on YouTube. You can find Dom and I on Friday nights, 8:30 Eastern time for Dom and Tom's World. We do a lot of interviews of people, and it's a really fun time. You can find me on all the same places Saturday Eastern time at 11 p.m. for the live version of Tom's World, where we show my videos in entirety. And me and Frank talk over them and drink beers and have fun. Yeah, exactly, Calvin. That's why I laughed. Because I didn't want to say it.
Mhm.
That's okay. And where? Oh, you could also find me and Dom on all the same networks. Saturdays at 8 p.m. For Night of the Living Dreads, hosted by Mr. Otis B. Dreads. That's Dreads without an A. And you can also find us at 6 o'clock on Scurry Faces Facebook. Same show, but it's not identical. We do two different shows. And we are also on his audio podcast, which usually comes out around Wednesday-ish on nightofthelivingjreads.com. Once again, no A in Dreads.
There's where there's the Psycho Bunny going across the bottom. There's where to find us all right there.
Yep. And that's all the places you can find me. Plus, I pop up on random shows too. We've been on T. Roy's show. We've been on Cindy's show. So.
What else,
Maybe you should
Tom?
be on a haunted happy hour. How about that?
What else, Tom?
I'm not on there though.
You can be in 2 weeks.
Oh well, then I'll be on there too.
That's a
The haunted
definite.
happy hour.
But what else, Tom?
What else is there?
BB.
Oh. Yeah, see, you got me going in my YouTube mode, and I just totally forgot about it. So yes, you could also find us all on BB3 TV. So Facebook.com/BB3 TV, B as in boy. So BB3 TV. And we have many more content creators to come yet. They right now we have Miss Taryn from the Paranormal Brew, who did her first show last week on Wednesday. It was a great show, and she got great views and numbers and everything. Dom and I have been posting Dom and Tom's World there on Fridays as well, so you can check it out there. We have what else? What do we have coming up? Well, I don't know if we have.
Well, we'll talk about the merchandise another day, but we are starting our
Yeah.
store for everything. So yeah, we've got everything.
You'll be able to buy
together.
T-shirts, mugs, tumblers,
shower curtains,
mugs, shower curtains that say Dom and Tom's World on.
has our face.
I think you need to track anybody that buys that.
Well, I know one person that'll probably buy it.
We have a pillow that has me on there leaning, and it says a little bit on it. So a little bit. You have a pillow you need to buy.
Yeah, we'll put that up just for
Out of
you.
control.
Barber
Out of
started his
control.
too. Genevieve, where do we find you, sister?
Tomorrow night, the Creepy Parlor on WLFE-DB.com and WLFE-DB on Facebook. Tomorrow, I'm so excited. I have Gregory Hallows from the Halloween Preservation Society, and we're going to talk about Halloween for an hour. So I am really excited about that. And I keep seeing Liz and Frank. We do Roots Bleed Red and the Sinister Sisters have a crossover at the end of May. That's going to be a really, really fun time.
Yeah,
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
It's always Halloween.
you can find us here as well.
And find
Keep going,
us,
Genevieve.
Find us here. You can find us not yet on BB3, but yeah. Don't distract me while I'm talking.
You can find WLFE-DB down here. Follow, like, and share WLFE-DB.com. Check it all out.
Yeah, we got
See,
a
it
lot of
says
really
radio
cool
there.
stuff coming up. And next week, I've got one of our WLFE-DB hosts joining me on the Creepy Parlor to talk about the history of Dungeons and Dragons and the 1980s satanic panic that was all around
That's
D&D.
Jason, right?
Yeah, that's going to be
Yeah,
really cool.
he's
Maybe
awesome.
hanging out.
Jason and Otis have done shows together with the with the Bipolar DM, so very familiar right there.
WLFE-DB, where our shows are your shows.
You do
He
it so
sounds
good.
professional.
Yeah, I can comment on that. I'm not gonna.
And here I
This is
have.
Halloween.
Check out my books. I have 2 books. You can buy
Oh,
them.
look at that.
I miss my soundboard.
Attention. No, you could find me on all the same platforms. Definitely WLFB-DB, Psycho Bunny DC, Psychomantium 13, Roots Bleed Red, PBDC TV, BB3 TV as well. Night of Living Dreads with Otis on the platforms of the Psycho Bunny, and
I know,
also
right?
on Scurry Face with Otis representing the Psycho Bunny.
And he has Don Black on that show too.
Yep. Jack a Monkey. Yep. Shout out.
God damn.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, I appreciate you jumping on, Tom. I know it was last minute with
Hey.
with a guest that canceled and postponed. You got to do what you got to do. You got to run with it. So it is.
Got to help out friends. Got to whore myself out.
But it's great too, because you haven't been a Cindy. You haven't been a guest on my show. You've only been kind of co-hosting at points and interacting. But yeah, I'm glad that we got to push you out there, and hopefully we make you some money with the garden, brother.
Well, not me, but the garden.
Well,
but
the garden
yes.
itself. That's what I'm saying.
I can't wait to see what you do with it.
Yeah, because you don't profit none of it. It all goes into that place. So, and I
not taking not even a single cent.
Yep.
Well, I mean, GoFundMe takes some because they got to make money, but not much. I'm getting most of it. So,
Cindy, whore Tom.
Hey, you know what I mean? Okay.
Well, at this point, Tom, I'm not going to take you out of the room. We're all together here. We're you can find all 3 of us on BB3 TV, and we did this together, and we're all in the same stations, and we love it for entertainment. We appreciate what everyone does. I want everyone to go like, share, follow, and subscribe to WLFE-DB. All the hosts there, everyone on the Psycho Bunny, Psychomantium 13, BB3 TV. Everyone just like, share, and follow everyone, and it's just one big family that we do, and I appreciate everyone who
what to do
with us. So at this point, I'll say this: thank you all for tuning in tonight, for sure. Hey Jen.
Hey Tom. Hey Dom and Tom.
Hey Tom.
What it do?
Cheers, my friends.
Cheers.
Bam.
Cheers.
Thank you all for tuning in. Real Talk with Dom. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for joining Real Talk with Dom. You can catch us every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to follow, like, and share on Facebook. Like and follow us on Facebook at WLFE DB Radio.